Hey guys, my name is Imanshu and in today's video we are going to have an overview of GitHub Student Developer Pack. So as you can see on the screen, the actual amount of this pack is around $200,000 or 1,65,000 rupees, which is completely free for college going students. And in this video we are going to have complete details of this developer pack and how to use this with maximum efficiency. So I would like to add here that this video is actually a part of a program a program in which the students who have registered are learning full stack MERN website development in under 8 months, right? And this program is actually provided by DevCrusade, a community which promotes self study and which gives aspiring software developers a roadmap to achieve expertise in their interested domain through collaborative learning. Right. So there are number of opportunities coming up. Like we are going to have batches for SQL or data science and many other stuff, also including blockchain. So if you guys are interested in any of those batches, you guys can apply for that. You can find the link in description, a Google form link through which you can join our mailing list. And I would like to add here that pretty soon we are going to start a new batch for C++, Java or Python complete basics and DSA in under 4 months starting from scratch. Yes, so those who are going to register in this are going to get complete knowledge of DSA in under 4 months from complete scratch, right? So let's move into our video. The motto or agenda of the session is discussion about GitHub Student Developer Pack. So if you guys don't know about GitHub, so just consider GitHub like an organization for now, which is a huge and very reputed organization when we talk about software developers, right? If you want to know more about what is GitHub and what is Git and all, we are going to actually practically use that in our session, in our program actually, in this 8 month full stack program. But if you just want to know about like just want to have a basic introduction, you can watch a couple of YouTube videos on that. All right, so GitHub actually provides a GitHub student developer pack. So this is for all the students who are currently in any sort of college. So you guys will be having your mail IDs which you have received from your college, right? So the mail IDs might be ending with .edu or .in, whatever it may be. So using that mail ID you can apply for that GitHub student developer pack. And in this pack actually there are number of resources or whatever you can call that, which we students are getting free of cost. You can actually go and search in the Google, in Google you can search that, you will get number of articles on that. The actual price of GitHub, it is around $200,000. All right, so I will just go on the next slide. So actually, yeah, it's free for all the college students. There is certain application process. All right. So to apply, what you guys can do, okay, so let me just open my browser and we can simply type here GitHub student developer pack, and then you can click on the first link which you can see, and hopefully it will redirect you to the process, right? So here it is, sign up for student developer pack. So when you click on this, there are number of options you are provided with. So you can go for get student benefits here. Teachers, actually teachers can also apply for this. Yes, so for this you will actually need your GitHub login. So you can have your GitHub login here. All right. And hopefully you have already created the account on GitHub. So using that you can log in here. And I will not go deep into this particular thing, but if you have to like the application process is like you have to upload or we can say a photo of your valid ID card of your college or any valid identity which is related to college of yours, and it will take few days for it to accept, for GitHub to accept that application, maybe couple of days. And then once it gets once you are like you can access that GitHub developer pack, then there are number of resources which you can use in GitHub. All right. So we'll see about that resources later. So here the actual cost is around 1,65,000 rupees, and services are like so this is Microsoft Azure. So Azure is nothing but it's a cloud service provided by Microsoft, right? So if you guys know about AWS, it is provided by Amazon. It's Amazon Web Services of Google, it's GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft's is Azure, right? So it's a cloud service. So if you guys have access to GitHub Student Developer Pack, then you are going to get $100 credits here again, and using that $100 credit, you can do number of things. There are a lot of things which you can explore in Azure. There are like you can get a free database on cloud. You can host your website for free using Azure, and there are a number of other things. Then Namechamp, Heroku. So these are again a few of the services or resources provided by GitHub Student Developer Pack, provided in that for free. So actually these are domain names. Means if you guys have to host a website, then you need the domain name for that, right? For example, you can say Google. So google.com. So Google is nothing but domain name. So you will have a domain name in your URL for free, custom one, hosting and deployment web apps. All right. So these two particular resource services you can use for hosting the website or deploying the web apps. Means whatever website you have created, you will have to deploy it somewhere, right? So the paid services which we can talk about are like GoDaddy or Hostinger. So those are the paid services, and for free you can use for freely hosting your website. You can use the sources or resources provided by GitHub Student Developer Pack. All right. So there are 10 licenses to different products and lot many services. So these 10 licenses are actually paid, means originally paid, but if you access them through GitHub Student Developer Pack, you will get them for free, right? So use it effectively. Yeah. So this is one more point. We will talk about that later. So these are few amazing, resources provided by GitHub Pack. So Lingo Hub, Data Camp, and there are a number of these, so you can just go and explore them, that what each of them is doing, and you can have a hands-on in every one of it. Mailgun, go rails, so you can go in deep of that. So Canva, yes, one more point I would like to add here. There is just like sad news for you guys, that previously till last year, GitHub means if you had GitHub Student Developer Pack, you were like freely provided with Canva Pro, right? So actually, whatever I'm using this software for creating slides is Canva. Okay, so Canva is like very trendy nowadays, because creating designs, PPTs, or even your resume, you can do that on Canva. So it's in very much trend nowadays, and Canva Pro is like cherry on the cake, right? So previously till last year, I think GitHub, through GitHub Student Developer Pack, we were able to access Canva Pro, but now GitHub has like deprecated that particular service from their uh, pack. Okay, so this is just a sad news, but no worries. There are a number of other services which are freely available, so you can of course use them. You can have a hands-on in that. Yes, so this is one thing which I would like to add, is like I told about your Azure subscription through GitHub Pack, right? So there is one internship, of course, this is free, which is supported by Microsoft, AICTE, and a number of other organizations. So actually, I had completed this internship in last year, around this time only in January or February, or March maybe. So after completing that internship, I had received a like T-shirt from Microsoft and all. So that is secondary thing, but primary thing, whatever I want to say, is through that GitHub Student Developer Pack, I was able to access Microsoft Azure, and using that Azure Cloud Service, I was able to complete my final project. So that project was actually related to, you can say it was a chatbot basically. So that chatbot was built using Azure. There are number of services which I use, like you can see here, it's Azure Q&A Maker, Azure Bot Service, and also I used Azure Static Web Apps to deploy that particular web app. Right. So web app is nothing but website actually. Right. So yes, one more thing, I also like got LinkedIn Premium subscription when I completed that internship. At the name of that internship is actually Microsoft Future Ready Talent Internship, right? So you can just go and explore that particular thing. You can just go on their website on like and look at there. So I will do one thing now. This is actually a LinkedIn post which I made last year. So you can check out this LinkedIn post and you can have more information on that. And there is one like advantage for you guys. So this is actually LinkedIn post. I will tell you that in a bit. All right. So what I will be doing is I will be starting a small batch, which is not going to be of like huge people in that batch, but in that I will be having people where I will be mentoring about this particular future ready talent internship, right? So I will just write here FRT internship, and this is of course free. And if you complete this internship, there will be one project under your hand, and also you can get a chance of having free LinkedIn Premium and also a T-shirt from Microsoft, right? So there are number of things, a number of good things, and why means all this is happening just because of GitHub Student Developer Pack. Okay, what you have to do is once you successfully get your GitHub pack, then you have to apply for or access that $100 credit on Azure through that website. I will just open up my GitHub and I will show you that actually how does that website look. We will just have a look into it. So if I type here GitHub pack, should hopefully open because in this particular browser my GitHub is logged in. Yeah, so actually it's not yet logged in, I think. Okay, click on sign in. Okay, so now it's signed in. So there are a number of opportunities or events are happening. You can just look at here, Mad Hacks and WTM Scotland. This is one event provided by Scotland and all. So there are a number of things in GitHub happening. You can just look at that and have a like participation in those things. Yeah, so what does student developer pack offers? So there are like more than 76 opportunities or 76 resources which are provided by this. So code spaces, career readiness, and also hackathon in cloud. So these are, I think, events we can say, and offers are here, right? So about NameChamp. So this NameChamp is one. This is 1 year domain registration, as I told you earlier. This is Microsoft Azure, which is very much like beneficial. You can even go for creating projects which are related to computer vision or deep learning, as we require a huge power for or huge processing power for training the models on deep learning. Then means we don't have access to that power, right? We don't have, actually we are limited in RAM in our personal PCs. We are limited with 8 GB or 16 GB, but using cloud you can have RAM more than like 32 GB. So you can use Microsoft Azure for training your deep learning models. So this is completely different domain, but if any of you is interested in doing that, you can just explore Microsoft Azure, right? Then it's DigitalOcean. It's again cloud hosting and built for developers, and you can see it is giving you $200 credits in this platform for 1 year. So JetBrains, Name.com, Heroku, and Heroku is one resource which is very very much important for you. I will tell you this beforehand that we are we are currently in the 8 month full stack program, right? So at the end of program you will be able to build full stack websites, right? So in those full stack websites you will have front end and back end. So front end will of course consist of HTML, CSS and all, and back end will be having like databases and all. So to host or to deploy your full stack website, okay, which has backend plus front end, you will have to use basically Heroku is sort of free service which is provided. You can use to deploy those projects in the initial phase, of course. Means if you have to share your project with others, you have to like put that project online, so you can use Heroku, right? So you will have to access Heroku through GitHub student developer pack. Okay, so I urge you guys to just have like have the pack, and you can access all the other things. Okay, so this is Bootstrap Studio. So Bootstrap is one more library or framework which we are going to use, which is used for styling the web pages basically, then GitHub pages. So if you guys have attended the last session or take or took a look at the last video which I uploaded on YouTube, so it's all about GitHub pages. You can have a look at that. So there are number of things, and this is algoexpert.io. So if you know that particular ad on YouTube that want to be a software engineer at Google, so that is this thing, right? Algoexpert.io. So you can even be a software engineer at Google using this GitHub dev pack. So yeah, right. It's nice. Then MongoDB, you guys already know about that. Means just a basic idea. I'm not talking about the whole learning or that particular practical thing. So there are a number of resources which you can explore this by yourself. So that's it basically from my side. I just wanted to have you pretty much updated about this. Yes, and one more thing I would like to add that if you guys are currently in college, then you can use your email ID of your college for basically means different many things. Even you can get free Amazon Prime subscription. I think you can just go on YouTube and type there like benefits for student with college email ID and or something. You will get number of things or number of opportunities which are available freely for students. Like just like we know that using a student email ID you can get a discount on Apple products, right? So this is just like this. You can get basically many things for free using your college email ID. You just have to explore all that by yourself by going on YouTube, right? So I think that's it. So charging like it's full. All right, so we are pretty much done. So now just a small request from my side that I have like I'm giving the link to my YouTube in the chat box. So I just want you guys to go to my channel and just subscribe to that channel because we are going to have number of different videos on that. And currently I'm uploading like whatever sessions we are having on YouTube, but in the in future I'm also going to upload few different things about full stack and various other stuff. All right, so I think that's it from my side. So if you guys, if any of you has any doubts, you can just put them in chat box. And also just subscribe to the channel. I have already pasted the link in chat box, and once you are done you can give a thumbs up. I will wait for a while and we can have a short discussion, and you can even like tell me about any of your inputs about the program, how your JavaScript module is currently going on, or whatever different things you want to have, or whatever it may be. So if you guys have any doubts, you can just put in the chat box. I'm waiting. Or you can even unmute yourself. Okay, so I think there are no doubts. Alright, so I have already okay. There is one. अगर GitHub की आईडी पर्सनल जीमेल आईडी से साइन इन किया हो तो न्यू आईडी बनानी पड़ेगी क्या? Hmm, I I think that like it's not needed. So what she's basically saying that she has signed in GitHub through a personal Gmail ID, and she is saying that if we want to have like student dev pack, do we have to uh, do that using college ID? Means do we have to do a different sign in on GitHub using college ID? So I think that there's no need. I will just show you that thing. I will just clear that thing because this was my first GitHub account. I will just show you. And after using for few months, I when I got to know about GitHub, so GitHub Dev Pack, so I didn't want to change my GitHub account because I already had a few repositories there. So I will just go in settings and we will have a look. Actually the thing is, I have two email IDs linked with this account. I will go on emails. Yes, so you can see this one is my personal email ID and it's primary, and second one is this one is college email ID, right? So I think there's no need. You can just apply for GitHub Dev Pack, and you can just put there your college email ID. You can explore it by yourself. You can find the whole application process in any of the YouTube videos. So there is no need to have a different account which you will be signing in using your college email ID. So I don't think there's any need, right? So I hope that it clears the doubt. All right. So if there are any further doubts, you guys can just put in the chat box. All right. Okay, so I think that we are pretty much done. This was a like short and sweet session, and this is what we are going to have throughout the 8 months. It will be just 10 to 15 minutes meetup, and we can have a great like interaction, right? So I hope everyone is clear with everything. So thank you for joining, guys. Now you can leave the meeting. If you have any doubts, you can put in the chat box. I will be waiting for a couple of minutes.